Welcome back to Trapping Tuesdays. This is going to be a much shorter video than most of our other videos, but upon popular demand, we did end up ordering a Duke 850. This trap is probably the heaviest trap I have ever held in my hands that you can actually use.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's all cast jaw, just like all of the Duke Pro series and all of the MB traps, or at least I think all of MB's traps are cast jaw, for the most part anyway. But imagine a MB 550 times 10. I don't know exactly how much this thing weighs, but I'm telling you right now, if you're wanting to get a beaver trap that is heavy to drown beavers, this is probably as good as it gets.
Probably weighs as much as a Long Spring number 5, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it is an absolutely beast of a trap. We have not got to use it yet. We are planning on using it in the near foreseeable future. We've got a beaver hut not 10 minutes from here that we're going to put a hurt on. But one thing that I will note about this trap, if you get this for beaver, it comes 4-coiled. Do yourself a favor and take the 4-coil off. It is so strong that I promise you, unless you are like 7 foot tall and you lift every day, you are not setting this on your leg.
No.
I couldn't set it on my leg. Did you get it set on your leg with 4-coil?
No, I had to use my knee.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot. This trap is stupidly strong. And even once the 4-coil is off, it still probably has twice the oomph of a TS-85.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying that that's necessarily even a good thing. You don't need it when you're beaver trapping.
No.
My two favorite parts about this trap are the pan size. I mean, look at how big that pan is. It's like almost the same size as your hand.
It's the same size as an iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, the pan size is stupid big. But it's not so big that, like, you're going to get a lot of toe catches. You know what I mean? The jaw was just so big that the way that they put it in there.
I think they're 8.5-inch jaws, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive trap. The one thing that I want to say about this, just off of all of our past videos, if you've watched them, I don't like Dukes, but this trap.
It's something.
Yeah, this is not. I don't know what Duke was doing whenever they made this trap, but I think you could run this thing over with a truck and it wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah.
There is nothing on this trap that looks like they skimped out on.
We'll show you the close up in a little bit, but just look at the spring pins, like all that stuff. It's just ridiculously heavy.
Well, I mean, the spring pins look like they're what? Are they 1/4, 3/8 inch?
I'd say they're 1/4.
I mean, that is the heaviest spring pin I've seen in my life.
I've never seen one that heavy.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that anyone could do to this trap without
the helper springs for this trap was as big as the main springs.
Yeah,
like they were. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this trap is just the quality of this trap is not Duke quality. This is. I don't even know what to compare it to. I mean, this is better than MB quality.
And I mean, of course, beaver ain't really that. They're not that aggressive compared to what a lot of other things are.
No. And this trap comes in. What did you say it was? How much money?
About $36.50 a piece.
Yeah. So I mean, whenever you buy a dozen of them, I mean, they're really not going to be that much more than a TS-85.
No.
Now, I'm not discounting TS-85s.
No, that's still my favorite trap.
Yeah, they're still my favorite beaver trap.
Just for the simple fact is they're a lot easier to set.
Yeah.
But if you got somewhere to set, granted, this one ain't as bad since we took the 4 coils off of it, but a TS-85 is just so easy to set. And you don't really need all that extra power.
No, not when you're beaver
trapping, because beaver don't have lightning reflexes, so usually once he puts his foot down, he's trying to get something to push off of.
Exactly. So we're not at all saying, if you're running TS-85s, we are not at all saying, hey, you need to get rid of all of them and get these.
But there's another thing about that is, if you're a walk-in beaver trapper, this probably ain't what you want.
No, because they're heavy. And you can tell me what you think, but this probably weighs as much as 2 TS-85s.
I would say probably pushing it because it's stupid.
It's beef.
It's heavy.
The entire trap. This trap is basically a TS-85 on steroids. I mean, obviously TS-85s are not cast jaw. They have the regular jaw. This one's cast. But outside of necessarily the shape of the jaw and then the jaw style, it's just on steroids. It's on the juice. I mean, this trap is nothing but beef.
And fast. It's fast. It goes off fast.
Yeah. So I don't know what everyone's state regulations are. Here in West Virginia, you can only set a trap this big underwater. So if you do get them, obviously our regs change all the time. So make sure you check your regs and make sure you can use them. But if you're running anything other than a TS-85 for beaver trapping, and I don't mean if you go beaver trapping and you piddle around and catch a couple a year. If you're a beaver trapper, if you go out and you catch 20 plus beavers a year realistically, like if that's what you do, you need to be running TS-85s and you need to be running Duke 850s. And you know what? I'll throw in, because I'd never used until you got that one, but the Bridger number 5 Douglas.
The Douglas.
Yeah.
It's a little bit smaller than a TS-85, but they're a good trap too.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, if you're beaver trapping, if you're running one of those 3 traps, you're going to do just fine.
You're going to do fine.
Yeah.
The bigger the trap, the better, as you can see.
Yeah. But and just to come back a little bit, there's not anything wrong with the idea of an MB750.
No.
They're just too strong. Like if we go out and we're going to set 50 beaver sets in a day, I don't want to kill myself.
They're hard to set.
Yeah,
too. I mean, the way the pans are set up and stuff, they're all locked, all the jaws are locked down. It's kind of hard to set them when you're in the mud.
Yeah. So if you like I said, if you're going out and you're setting a couple sets, it doesn't really matter as long as you're using a bigger trap. But if you're in a boat, weight doesn't really matter that much.
No.
So if you're in a boat, you're going to spend money anyway because all beaver traps are expensive.
All of them are.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if you're going to spend $20 to $35 on a trap anyway, whenever you get into nickel and diamond, you're not helping yourself.
No.
So at the end of the day, I think we both agree you're better off to just spend a couple extra bucks.
And they're not that much more. I mean, really, and realistic. I think the cheaper beaver traps, $29?
Yeah.
Unless you buy them off an individual. I mean, 29 to 36. I think this is the most expensive one I could find beaver trap wise, but you're just better off paying that little extra. It's not that big a deal in the long run, but it is what it is.
Well, exactly. So this is a fairly short video. If you guys have any questions about it, make sure you let us know. Do you have anything else that you want to add? We've not, like we said, we've not used it a lot, so we can't be like this trap
is the best.
Yeah.
Nothing because we don't know. As far as we know, TS-85 is still our favorites.
Yeah. The only way that this is going to make me like it more than TS-85s is if we just don't miss a beaver out of it, which that's not trapping.
That's not trapping.
You're going to miss animals.
Yep.
But it's not on par with TS-85, but dude, it can't get any closer.
No, it's like I say, it's just ridiculous.
It's dumb how big it is, how beefy it is. And we're definitely, or at least I can say this for myself, I'm definitely going to get some more of them in the future just because I just want some. Because, man, they're just so pretty.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if you have any questions, make sure that you let us know. All of the prices that we pull for these, you can fact check us or check. We get all of our prices either off of Murray'sLures.com or we get them off of Minnesota Brand.
Yep.
They carry different traps,
Yep.
so we just get our prices off of whoever is most convenient.
Yep. It's usually Murray's because it's closer.
Yeah. Well, Mike's a super good guy,
Yep.
so anytime that you can help him out with some business, I definitely recommend doing
Absolutely
that.
check him out.
Yeah, he is a stand-up kind of guy, and it's a trapping company ran by a trapper.
And if you can catch him in the store, he likes to talk about trapping.
Yeah.
And it's blasting. He's a very good trapper. He'll tell you if you're doing something wrong. He give you tips, whatever. He's an amazing guy.
Yeah, so if you're anywhere around the Newark area and you're picking up traps, make sure you stop talk to Mike. If you have any questions, make sure you leave us a comment. If you like these kind of videos, consider subscribing, leave us a like. And at the end of the day, have a good one. Bye.